You know what I think? I think these wings taste like shit.
Just in front of his school.
Fuck high school.
He just takes off first day of school and just takes
Fuck
off.
high school. I'm getting laid.
Hello and welcome to Nerds Declassified Anime Survival Guide. I'm Rook Roberts. We just got finished watching 3 episodes of Platinum End. And the reason that we didn't do our normal format of going episode by episode is because we kind of sort of watched these already.
Right, so we already watched these 3 episodes.
Yeah.
We recorded it, but we were like, we kind of changed formats a little bit, then kind of just doubled down on watching Talked. So like we kind of put this on the back burner, but we decided it's time to revisit it.
Yes. In our defense, 2 out of 3 of us have ADHD, so chances are we'll be hopping around.
We'll be just switching it up. With me as always, we have Joey Jettis and Maxwell Spencer. So,
hello.
Yeah, we're gonna just try to catch up, jump in on it, and then next week we'll be doing episode by episode watches where we can kind of dive more. But we didn't feel like it would be completely genuine to do a reaction without saying that we had watched these first 3 before.
Wow, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Meanwhile,
Whereas our other videos, that's what we try to go for, is just genuine.
It would just be us making too many correct guesses, and you as the viewer would get suspicious.
You would know because
wrong
Max would get something
before.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Honestly, I'm kind of happy this happened because 90% of what we recorded last time was us fighting over things that they very clearly stated in the show. So none of us were paying. None of us were paying attention.
I learned so much in these 3 episodes about all the questions I had.
They were all right there, very clearly stated.
They have visual examples and charts.
Yes.
There was a downloadable PDF with all of the answers right there.
All the answers, exactly. And they'll overcharge you for it at the college bookstore, so just come here first.
So, Platinum End, what do we got going on here? We got a show about it just opens up with the dude just wanting to fucking kill himself.
Yep. It addresses suicide a lot in this show.
Yeah.
A lot. It addresses the, and reasons for living and all that sort of stuff. We knew we were gonna get something similar to that, epic scale of Death Note.
No, but I am seeing a lot of the Death Note vibes, with the angel. No, instead of this angel of death, it's this super happy-go-lucky, all things are great angel. It's just on board for anything. Hey, you want to sit in a hotel room and eat junk food? Go for it. Hey, you want to kill your family? Go ahead.
Go for it. I feel okay, so in the first episode, that's basically the very start of the show is he goes off a building. He says, well, it's time to go. Or whatever, it's time for me to kill myself. I've already decided on this. Cool. Steps off, immediately gets caught by an angel who is Nase, and she's the best thing about this show, I think.
Her humor is pretty
I'd
crazy.
Agree.
I like it. She's just trying to she's always eternally optimistic, positive person, and she's paired with the most hopeless youth who's just who's very disillusioned with all of life.
You know what? Watch. This is gonna be this whole show is gonna turn out to just be some weird dream that he's having because right now he's sitting in the hospital bed in a coma because he survived the fall.
Because he survived the fall. No way. He wouldn't have survived that. He was pretty
Could
high.
you
now.
imagine?
way. No, see, he wakes up at 7 years old again, reliving the experience of having his real family killed.
He never actually made it over the wall. He tripped trying to get up. Just
Yeah, exactly. He's just been sleeping. Yeah, there.
he's just been knocked out, having the weirdest dream.
But she instantly tells him about. She's like, "Yo, I'm an angel, and I'm gonna give you some powers. I'm ranked S tier angel, and also here's this diamondy thing that you can shoot into people and they'll fall in love with you." And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the red arrow.
the first thing." He's like, "This is whack. Like, I can't wear this in public."
Yeah, his little necklace. His
Yeah.
rave glow stick.
Bro,
Joey,
he was
you had
just
a good
always
idea.
ready to rave.
Yeah, he's just constantly. This seems like the least likely guy you'd find at a rave, actually.
This is the guy that like you're worried
Mhm.
that like he's gonna do something crazy because he's
Yeah,
just sitting there
'Cause he
depressed.
is. And then he gets to fly, and he's like, "Well, that's pretty dope. I guess I'm gonna live."
Uh-huh.
And then the angel's just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, your aunt and uncle killed your mom and dad."
Yeah.
She just dropped it so nonchalantly. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
BT dubs.
But yeah, but by the way,
We're
you know,
about
like,
3 minutes into the episode.
like,
Oh,
yeah,
did
but
you-
just drops it down
did you
with a
not
smile
know?
on her face.
She
Just-
tells him that. She's like, yeah, well, why don't you use the red arrow and like go ask her yourself? You know,
Yeah.
because you can
If you don't
make her
believe me,
fall in love with you and like she'll go tell you. So they go back. Mom's on the couch. Stepmom's on the couch
yeah,
being step aunt actually, because it's I believe the
I think it's just his aunt.
husband. No,
think
the
it
husband
was just-
is the brother. The like the dad's
The husband's the
brother
one
or-
related, but
Yeah.
yeah, so his aunt still.
So his aunt. So she's on the couch. She's kind of being an asshole, and she's like, "Hey, go do this for me. Go do that. You worthless, shit."
Yeah, you learned this little piece of shit, and we get flashbacks of him basically like being Harry Potter underneath the floorboards while like the rest of the family is doing all sorts of other stuff. So we know that in general that they treat him pretty shitty.
Yeah,
obviously, I
they're
mean-
all eating the food and stuff with the money that they got from killing his fucking family.
Yeah,
He's in the closet crying.
yeah, seriously. Oh man, it's just the worst. They're just the worst.
Worst
Literally.
type of people.
And so he shows up
But yeah,
with his new, so he can now fly and he can now shoot these things that they call red arrows, but they look more like a crystallized spear point that you can shoot across. And
Also, I have yet to see them actually shoot one. As far as I've seen, it just extends from their arm and just keeps growing. It doesn't actually shoot.
yeah, I haven't seen it like a pew. Well, I guess
it's gonna
what's
be
his name got
interesting.
shot, right?
No, check the tape. It like explodes from his arm, but it never actually like. And this is just leaving
Yeah.
a weird. I don't know,
Oh
man.
wait,
It looks
no,
like
maybe with the mom though, or the aunt.
No. Well, the
With the
naked dude
ant.
in the car. He gets shot by a white arrow. Maybe
Yeah.
but then later we see.
No,
That's what Apollo
even
Man
when he
extend the
when he
light,
kills, when he shoots the red arrow into the ant, you can clearly see an end point.
Yeah. So he
Uh,
sometimes they shoot it, sometimes they extend it out like a spear, and then it stabs into you. It's up to the person. Dealer's choice.
it. It does what the plot needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of looks awesome either way. But
Yeah.
he shoots his aunt, and then she starts getting super like horny for him. And
Yeah, she
he, like,
falls in love with him.
Yeah. He's like,
You
"Get out
know.
of here, dude." And meanwhile the angel is just like, "You should probably ask her about like when she killed your mom and dad, right? You should probably ask her about that right now." Like she's like instigating a lot more.
Yeah, she's madly in love with this dude because of the power of that red arrow, the Cupid's arrow.
Yeah.
She goes fucking nuts. He's like, "Hey, did you kill my family? And she's like, no, it wasn't me. It was him. My husband was who planned it all. You know,
Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you drink my Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
No, she instantly flips on her husband. She's like, well, you know, like I was married to him and yada, yada, yada. And also he blew up your family. And then we get the flashback of like that day. And he's like, all right, bye guys, see you later. Ba-ba-da. And then he's walking for some reason. The rest of the family gets in the car, starts it, and they all explode and die a fiery death.
But,
and no one thought to investigate that and see like, wow, that's weird. Cars don't just blow up.
a hybrid too, you know.
Yeah, it's a push to start.
It's a Prius.
How does the guy who like investigates fires not notice like, hey, this car just exploded? Like,
There's most likely some foul play going on here.
There's most likely some foul play,
like,
but I have no idea who could have done it. I mean, who could possibly benefit by? Oh, maybe it's these people getting all the insurance money, and maybe it might be them. That might be the motive. Maybe we should look at that at all.
It's like, nah.
They couldn't build bombs. Come on.
Yeah, no. So then the husband comes in, and she tells him, you know, hey, you know, why it was him, you know, and he starts beating the shit out of her because he's like, why are you telling this? You know, so this is supposed to be a secret. During that whole commotion, the dude's like, it would be better if you guys should just die, you know?
Yeah. Mirai says that.
Yeah, Mirai says that they should just die, you know? That's right. You two should just die, which under the effects of the Cupid's arrow, the ant goes, yeah, okay. And stabs herself in the fucking neck.
I bet.
I bet. Yeah, no, right into her jugular. Ugh! And then it's just like the painful looking. Oh man, I love just fucking violent ass animes like this.
And you know what? I gotta say, like you mentioned it, and we kind of talked about it while watching through and stuff. Was just the way that the animator draws these people to look insane, the distortion in the faces and everything, because like when she's losing her shit, like
the way her face
feel that,
and you know that's expressed, that she is like losing her mind or whatever, you know. It looks uglier, you know. They do the same thing. They did the same thing in Death Note, you know, how they could just take something that like it was like a standardized character and then make them look evil, basically. But yeah, I'm glad that there's just like some good old violence. I felt that in our last series, I was kind of, you know, missing that a little bit. Because they're just beating up like mindless monsters or whatever.
Yeah, Rook wants to see people get murdered, not monsters.
I want to see people get.
Okay, come on. We all want to see people get sliced and diced a little bit. There's some.
I know that
they're stuff.
I know that they're trying to just be like edgy with it, but I don't care. I like the violence. But anyways, these people obviously deserved it, I guess, and like that's why I want to kind of mention that, because it's not like besides this one scene, it's not really that violent of a show. But the way they communicate it, like it's not like bloody, but the way they communicate it, it feels violent. Like when these crystals shoot out or extend out and stab these people, you feel that violence still there, you know, that like impact, even though it's not necessarily like chopping them.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't like take away from the show, but it definitely doesn't match the typical tone of what the show is doing. You know, like it feels a little bit less intense, less, you know, and then like all of a sudden when they're about to shoot those arrows, it like dials it up to a 10 and they're like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
basically like getting impaled, you know, like every time it like But as far as going back to the first episode, besides what everything that happens with the mom, she offs herself, and then the dad is just kind of left there, and then homie just leaves, goes to a hotel, uses
That's
the
when
red
he kind
arrow.
of he gets a little bit of character development at that point, because then it is him like kind of like, okay, I want to be happy, I deserve to be happy, you know, like my family died, like they would want me to be happy, so it was cool, you know. We had this depressed dude who, you know, like was killing himself to like, okay, you know, I deserve to be happy, you know, like let's give this a go, you know, I'm gonna try the high school out,
Yeah.
and it's all gonna be a good time.
Yeah, he really just wants to be like a normal teenager, like live a normal life. Like he was talking about it, and then he's not malicious. He doesn't like seek for revenge. When he finds out that his uncle was the one that killed him, like when he goes back, he shoots his uncle with the red arrow, just so that way the uncle will turn himself into the police. You know, he'll admit to everything, explain how he did it. So he's not like a bad guy. He's not violent. He just wants to live a normal, happy life.
He's
One of the funniest parts about that, I gotta cut you off, Rook. I think one of the funniest parts about that, before we miss it, is just the whole time Nessa is like, yeah, you know, like you could just have your uncle kill himself, but then again, like his kids won't kill themselves probably, but you could use the white arrow to just kill them because it's a, you know, it's aimbot,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's just a nice dude, does it the right way, making his uncle turn in. Nessa's over there just like, dude, just make the kids fucking
just
kill
you know,
themselves.
pop them off or whatever. Like you could have just offed them all, but I would have never thought to just make him turn himself in, like all this stuff. So it just shows.
Have
that,
you
like,
thought?
Yeah.
Have you thought about taking your family, sitting them down, and just straight up murdering them?
with fucking crystals from your hands.
And like the best part about it is like the whole like lack of the ditzy forgetfulness of this Nessa character.
Yeah.
Because like that's how she introduces like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you the white arrow that I also gave you kills people. You know?
You also have that.
And he's like, why do I have this power? This is too much for a mere human to have.
He's
So
like,
it's
dude, I just want to work a
they're
corporate job. You're making me kill people.
Yeah, he does. He does. His wants are very simple. He's like, I want to be happy. I want to go to work after school, and then I want to hopefully, you know, fall in love, and be
to his
happy.
childhood friend.
Like, I want a 9 to 5 in a cubicle, and a wife, and like 2.5 children.
Yeah,
and
you know, just the basics, please. I'll have the normal package.
Yeah.
and a Diet Coke.
He totally drinks Diet Coke. That's one thing I know about Mirai. Is that he's a Diet Coke fan. He loves that stuff.
Loves that Diet Coke.
Nearing the end of the episode, we are introduced to two more people that also have angels. And the premise of the show is these 13 angels came from heaven to different people. And each one of them is in a contest with each other to see who will become the next god. Mirai's like, man. Yeah, no, I miss me with that though. I like
my stuff. Get it out. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
He's like, nope. Like, I'm not doing that.
And then
Nessa
finally reminds him that, hey, by the way, you're only alive because you agreed to God.
And he's like,
you didn't, bro. You're telling me that the Santa Claus him? He didn't read the fine print. He put on the rings, so now he has.
Actually, I mean, his life was in forfeit. I guess he was giving his life away. So when she caught him, it was like, okay, anything that happens here on out is like because I caught you at this moment, right? Like, I don't know.
You know what? I can get behind that.
Well, she in the first episodes, it seems she's like a lot more pushy because she has to explain all these episode, like all of these mechanics of this deal and this exposition.
Very poorly, I might add.
Yeah,
Very poorly.
We revisit
explained.
it in episode 2.
Bro, she like explains things as they come up. Like she doesn't just like
all the time. And
here's
sometimes
what's happening.
She forgets shit. She's
like,
like,
oh, by the way, all the candidates are super depressed people who all try to kill themselves. Like, wait, that's important. Oh, by the way, all the candidates are in Japan. Like, these are important things.
Yeah. Important things you should have told me at the beginning,
Well, they're trying to get through it, but not make it boring. Because I think the more that she's explaining, once she's done with that, the relationship kind of changes. It doesn't go like, it seems like she's being super pushy at first. Like with like, this is what you do. You could do this. You could do this. You could do this. Like kind of pushing him in that direction. And then the dynamic kind of changes to him being the one in control, kind of telling her like, all right, well, if we're going to do this, like you got to know when to not like be near me and all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, like, so
Did you
then
give
we
me
get
some space?
Yeah, true. Well, we meet Metropolitan, the lamest named superhero, the deliverer of justice. He actually kills one of the god candidates, this dude who's just finessing all these women with the fucking red arrow.
Yeah, he can have like a maximum of 14 people under the control of the red arrow. And he's got all 14 of them, and they're all naked women in his truck.
Chilling in this limousine because he's an idol.
It's just uncomfortable at some point. Like,
he's a creepy dude. And
I was thinking the temperature in that limousine from the body heat of that many people just seems awful.
Hey, dude, don't knock it till you try it. We don't kink shame here on fucking Nerds Declassified.
I feel like we should.
Other.
All right. No, this dude definitely a creep. If you naturally come across a van, a limousine full of naked women and they're enjoying it and you're vibing, good for you. But this dude's using the power of the red arrow to do it, and that's just wrong.
That's just
like
wrong.
he's literally
as much as I hate Metropolitan and his dumb name, I gotta give it to him. He said perfectly that he was a silly virgin, and this dude is just he had to go. So you know garbage. What? As much as I don't like this Metropolitan main character that we met, I gotta give it to him. He took out the creepy dude. He did. But with it, he also took down a god candidate, and he was able to take that dude's arrow. I don't know if that dude had wings or not. Creepy van dude.
I think he just had the arrow.
I think he just had the arrow, which was the second class angel, if I remember correctly.
That's
second class.
Whether you have
I think second class you can have wings or the red arrow.
Yeah, I think it might be one or the other.
Class. And then second class.
No, first class is wings and one. No.
Yeah.
So
first
second class is one or the other. Second class is one or the other. First class is wings and one arrow. And then specialty ranked angels can give you wings and both arrows.
And I believe it's just specialty comes with the white arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well,
they had a chart. They literally had a chart. They explained
I tried
it
to find the chart. I'm looking for it.
I know. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's second class is the you have, I believe, wings or the red arrow. First class has wings and red arrow. Special class has wings, red, and white arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the classes of angels, guys. So just remember that. And then also we get a thing that says when you kill one of the other ones, you can inherit their power and you can like pass that along if you need to.
Yeah.
So if you kill a first class, you'll get his like red arrow or whatever.
And the wings. Yeah. You could pass that to somebody else. I believe another god candidate. So like you can, they could be like promoted or demoted. Is kind of like how I believe that works,
I want to know, is if it's like Highlander rules where there can only be one. So like at the end of the day, does like everyone who didn't make it die?
I think
it
that's
just
gonna
keeps going until there's only one, right?
I think it's a battle royale.
No, the official rules is at the end they kind of have like an impartial judge decide if, and then that's how they're supposed to do it. But Metropolitan has decided to take it upon himself to just murk all of the other god candidates, so that way it doesn't come down to choice.
I understand.
Yeah, so like the whole point is like you kind of like you try to do good works with these powers, and then like it shows like, hey, this guy's a good candidate, this guy's a good candidate, and you're supposed to decide. But Metropolitan was like, or
I could just kill everyone and then
battle royale.
Yeah.
Or time to kill people. And he does. He murks people. He doesn't just murk other candidates too. He just murks people in the street.
He kills regular people because so they like in the city, like there's a bank robbery going on, 2 dudes. He trucked the whole police force. He's like, let me take care of this. And at first they were like, nah. And then they all fell in love with him. And then they're like, okay, but be safe.
he like fan flicks every single police officer. There just happens to be 14 right there, and they're all like, all right, my dude, okay, well, I guess I love you now, so just good luck.
Good luck. Don't die, please.
Go ahead.
Text me when you get home.
Please.
Oh my god.
But so he goes in.
A little bit of a sidetrack. This is just a fun story. Many moons ago, back when I was a wee lad, I started talking to this girl, and we hung out one day, and then we separate, we go apart, and then like that night I get a text. She's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm home," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Why are you telling me this?" She's like, "I thought you'd want to know," and I was like, "Okay, good for you. Glad you made it?" Question mark.
Okay.
I did not know that when you start talking to someone, you're supposed to be like, "Hey, make sure they get home."
Yeah.
And so she's like, just trying to be cute, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck do I care?
You're just like, okay, you're home now. That's what I assume.
I was like, cool. I'm at Walmart. I'm at Walmart. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Should I let you know when I get home, I guess?
Yeah. I was like,
do we have to do this every day?
I was like, is this like a thing now?
Oh, man.
Sorry, it just popped in my head. I felt like a good story.
Hey, you know what? It's a good story, and at least it was now and not one of the thoughts at like 4 a.m. when you're trying to fall asleep. And it's like, remember that one time you didn't understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, what Metropolitan Man understands is that if he shoots people with red arrows, they fall in love with him, and then he can stop crimes. And I guess he also has like a thing where I think he wants people to love him.
I think he wants to be loved and respected. Like he's trying to win the people over.
I think that's all a show. If I remember correctly from either the first watch through or this watch through, when he's like talking to his angel.
Mm-hmm.
In the fucking room, he's like, I think he's an agent of chaos, dude. You know,
yeah.
like,
is he another one? Of
I think he's just trying to become God, so he just wants to rid everybody. And like, if you're not candidate for God or candidate for God, you're gonna get killed either way. You know, because he clearly just kills those 2 people.
Who knows?
I don't know. I kind of got like
reason to become God. Maybe he thinks that his weird philosophy is better, but I mean, he does also just ruthlessly kill everybody.
Civilians, innocent people.
Does he though?
Yeah, he used the white thing, which is 100% kill, 100% of the time shot when you can see the person.
But he used that on a guy who was pointing a shotgun at him.
But he didn't have to kill the guy because
he moves faster than bullets. He bragged about moving faster than bullets. He already dodged a previous shot. And then he was like, sorry, I guess I couldn't hold back enough to the people. And then they were like, yo, like, that's your aimbot ability. Like, you definitely meant to do that, you know? He's an agent of chaos, dude. He's an asshole. And I hate Metropolitan, dude. And I can't wait for him to go.
No, I forgot what I was going to say. I got distracted by Max talking.
I know what you were really distracted by. You were distracted by the next scene where when Mirai goes to school, he decides that he's going to go to high school.
And we get introduced to my favorite character.
Yeah.
Which we have deemed Ass Wings.
Ass Wings for life, dude. Ass Wings is supposed to be like this tactician guy, but honestly, I just can't take him seriously most of the time.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he's got fucking wings on his ass. Okay, so there's something about the design of the angels in the show that, like, when the designer who was creating them, he decided that he's like, okay, well, how I'm gonna get these angels to look apart and, you know, everyone to be unique is I'm just gonna put wings in places where wings don't go. And that's how they're gonna look different. Because when we see Metropolimans, I'm not sure if this is in the second episode or whether it's in the third. She has wings as well on her neck.
Oh yeah.
Like, she's got regular wings, but then she's also got wings growing out of her neck, and then, like, goes up the side of her head a little bit. And then this guy is just rocking ass wings.
Well, you know what? To be fair, like, I just saw this as like a fucking 4 a.m. TikTok like last night, probably, and that's why it's on my mind. But there's something with like within like the religious book of angels. There's some angels that have like wings on their lower half, wings on their upper half, and wings that cover their face. And there's some sort of like, you know, greater tier to angel or some shit. I don't know. I saw it on TikTok. It seemed cool. Looked cool. So I think that's where that like design thing comes in with this. So like it makes sense.
You know what I think? I think these wings taste like shit.
But who does so he's not just there by himself, he has a master as well.
And that is
Saki. Right?
Yeah, Saki.
Yeah.
Saki, right?
Saki.
A childhood friend of his, the one he gave the 4-leaf clover to.
Oh,
yeah, he had
cute.
like a memory about the 4-leaf clover. He also has kind of been just like thinking about him and Saki. The angel, at first he's like, oh no, it's cool, he won't know it's me, but then he immediately comes right up to his face. Mirai can't help but look him directly in the eyes, and he's discovered as being a candidate.
Yeah, but I think she figured that out at the orientation, if I'm not mistaken. I think they mentioned that she saw him the day before, and that's how they knew.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So they were just waiting for him already. Yeah.
Yeah, they had already planned this out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're using him as his wings.
Mm-hmm.
She's a second class with only fucking red arrow, which she stabs me boy with.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yep.
That's the beginning of the third episode, I believe. Is just him looking at this angel in front of him and immediately getting impaled by a red arrow.
Holy shit! Girl that I've been in love with since I was a kid.
She stabbed you
Oh
with
my
the
god,
red
I'm
arrow.
stabbed.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Oh my god. I mean, I'm wondering, does it hurt?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Does getting stabbed through the chest hurt?
Does it hurt?
I don't know, man.
I mean, maybe.
I want to know.
But they did say that the death arrow is like instant death and painless and quick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
they said they
maybe
use
it doesn't
that. The
hurt.
reason angels have it at all is to give people a peaceful death, peaceful way out who are, you know, are suffering.
But like, could you imagine if like Cupid's arrow every time like you actually fell in love, like you had to get shot with that thing and get launched across the room, like they did? Like,
But I think that's just a fucking an inexperienced use with that, because she doesn't fucking launch him across the courtyard.
I don't know. The ant got like
The ant,
She-
yeah,
I think
the
she,
ant
like,
definitely got some
broke the
distance.
coffee table. Like,
Yeah,
she-
but
some
that was the
distance.
first time our main character used the red arrow of fucking pain. Or maybe not pain. I think
you know,
well,
sometimes it does shoot kind of hard on your first time.
dude, I'm sorry. This is my first time.
Okay, also
Maybe
gotta mention
maybe he was
this-
nervous.
This op though, had me
Yes.
rocking out, man. If anybody asks me just like what kind of music I like, this up music. I like that. I like that
There's
a
just
lot.
something about the drumming in the op.
Oh, it's so hype, dude.
Oh,
So hype. I love it. Listen to it right now. Turn off this podcast. Go listen to it.
Leave it in the comment below if you enjoyed it or not, and what's your favorite opening.
Yeah, definitely.
Let
But
me know.
this
I'll
one
listen
is just
to
like,
it.
wow. It is banging. And I really like that. We also get to see that there's going to be a bunch of people, basically. I'm guessing all the other candidates. You're not really sure exactly who they are, but that's the opening spoiler of this show.
You gotta love a good solid like opening spoiler, because it's like, okay, are they giving me scenes from the actual show,
Yeah,
or is it
right?
some bullshit like just to spoil who the fuck's gonna be in it?
Mhm.
Because sometimes it is like related to like the actual stuff in the show, and other times it's like Fire Force, for example. The Fire Force first opening spoils nothing besides characters that are going to be in it. Like there's like, and not even like some of the good characters, like so I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder what these other people are going to be like in the opening.
Yeah.
Great
Well, we'll see. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of confrontation, especially with Metropoliman's method. Maybe they're going to come together to defeat him. I mean, yeah, it just sounds like a battle royale.
yeah. But I want to understand is how these angels are just so terrible at picking God candidates.
Yeah,
so
far.
I believe that was
we've-
explained, wasn't it? It was like people that were hopeless, people that wanted to see the world change.
They pick so far. We've seen a sociopath, and
A rapist.
and a rapist. Like,
yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. And honestly, I don't know anything about Saki. I don't know how many children's toenails she has underneath her pillow. With
It's
this show.
definitely in episode fucking 3 at like 14:20. I believe that's the scene where we get to see like he's like, damn it, they're not the ones I want to deal with, because he's actually having to do hero work. He just wants to kill the other fucking god candidates,
Mm-hmm.
I just need to kill the other 11, right? The next frame in that like timeline is I just need to kill the other 11, right? So he's just in it for murder.
Mm-hmm.
aren't we all?
Well, yeah, and also to become God, obviously, but he's taken that approach, and apparently that can work. I don't know. We met God in episode 2. He seemed
Real tired.
Yeah,
He just looked real tired.
Yeah, he's like an old
dog. Chill out.
Just an old thing. He's like, now it's time for
like,
another human to take this position, because apparently the position of God is given to humans. And by the way, there's also no devil. There's just God.
Yeah.
And I think everybody goes to heaven.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like.
Because his mom, his aunt,
His aunt.
got taken by an angel.
Well, I mean, the angel's sitting here telling you to murder people. So, like, where's the line?
We don't know what heaven is actually like. It looks like it's in outer space, though.
Yeah.
But
Looks very like Kingdom Heartsy.
Yeah. Well, we see that they're given their assignments basically by God at the beginning of episode 2. And then when they're all assigned, immediately Nase says like, "Yay, I get to go help Mirai." So like, has she been watching him? Like,
yeah, she said she was watching him his entire life.
Yeah.
So
Rook,
yeah.
did you watch the show?
For real, dog, what the fuck?
Did you pay attention? Like, this is the second time through.
I know. I still have questions.
And we have answers because me and Joey, the two people with fucking ADHD, did pay attention.
You paid attention.
Like, Rook, you're supposed to be the one that got
the guiding
the
light. No, I vaguely remember that. I guess I'm just trying to also have it be confirmed for myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
But to get back to episode 3, he after he falls in love with her, she brings him back to her crib. And when he says she just like she talks to him, she's like, "Hey, okay, so you're in love with me now. So I need you to go to my house and then go to my room and just wait for me there." He's like, "Cool, gotcha." Takes off just in front of his school.
Fuck high school, dude.
He just takes off first day of school. Just takes off.
Fuck high school. I'm getting laid.
Like all this. Okay. I hate that you're right, but that's literally how that went.
That's exactly how it went.
Start breathing heavy because he's in a girl's room. This faint smell of the perfume she used earlier in the day, and plushies everywhere.
But we learned that she just has the red arrow. That's it. So she's got a second class angel, and our main dude Mirai, he can fly. So they have like they handcuff each other to each other.
Yeah, it's like their wills get locked together. The hold gets locked together by their will. They have to would have to will the
how intimate
hand holding away.
Yeah, they're hand holding, and then they fly, and Tamaki's like, "Oh my god, I love you so much. Oh my god, you're the best thing ever. I love you, love you, love you." Just everything is.
Well, nah, dude. It was kind of more than that because, like, it's like I think it was kind of briefly mentioned that like he already had these feelings, so nothing was really changed. It's just he was kind of able to express them instead of being a depressed fuck.
Yeah. Well, he's thankful. And after the effects are over, he's like, "Wow, I'm glad that I got shot by that arrow because I probably would have never said that," you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like,
after the Grand Maestro in the last show, I can't be sure about anybody nowadays, you know?
I mean, we kind of knew he was sus.
Yeah, dude. Like, that was like a million road signs. It's told us that guy was a bad guy.
Red flag, Dave.
Yeah, like super bad. But
the red arrow was a big red flag for me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's this person I've known since childhood. They're clearly my friend. Shiv.
Yeah. Well, that's their relationship is kind of like the opposite, where Mirai is more of like, I guess, the planner, and more a little bit in control. This dude, I think his ass wings over here, he's like calling
the real
the shots.
Asshole.
Yeah. Ass wings is calling the shots. Saki is just doing whatever he wants her to, basically, because she's just following him exactly, which seems to be working for her. You know, I do love when eventually Nase shows up and just starts like telling Mirai just telling him logical facts like, hey, there's no point in you going over to do that and that for Saki and like all sorts of stuff. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, you're right. And then Saki was like, don't go. He was like, all right, spell deactivated. I won't go throw my life away. But that's when we see that Metropolitan kind of gets salty that it's been a month since his initial appearance where he kind of called out everybody in a battle royale. And now he's going by the play of, hey, let's all work together because then together we can just like figure it out, even though he wants to kill them all still. But it's just he's being a trickster, you know? And so he says that, hey, I rented out an arena.
Is he really being a trickster, though? Because he's like, hey, I want to murder you. Come here so I can murder you. Like, that's not tricky.
But then he says,
at all.
He's like, we can do this together. I'm actually, my bad. I'm sending this out on TV. Sorry, guys. I actually want to be your friends. So if you could all come to this location that I booked for us, That'd be pretty cool, and we could just kumbaya.
Yeah.
So, anyone stupid enough to fall for that doesn't
Nobody-
deserve to be God anyways.
Well, you know
Nobody
what? Our
is.
fucking goddamn main character and this Saki girl also fucking went there, along with 2 other people that we get introduced. Because
Well,
Look,
yeah.
I never said I like the main character. I think he's an idiot. But like,
Well, he's just going there to watch, right? Like, even with whatever happens, he could still watch and see what the competition is like.
yeah,
you
they're
know?
just got.
oh,
well,
you
they're-
mean like he could watch from the TV in his room, miles away from it, so that way no one will have any reason to think that it's him or recognize them? You know, no. It's much better to
Well, I
actually
think
go
it's
there in
harder to
person.
go and maybe see, like, I don't know, dude. It's fucking plot armor.
Well, doesn't
Listen,
he want to shoot Metropolitan with a red arrow?
I think
What?
their goal is to take Metropolitan down. Yes.
Yeah,
I thought their goal was to just watch
before they
what
even go
happens.
there. Their goal, they have the same goal. They're like, yo, Metropolitan's the enemy. All right, so Nase and Revel, you guys are on the same side. We're on the same side. Even though she shot me with the red arrow, I do like her, and yada yada yada. We got to do something about Metropolitan. He's calling everybody out here. Let's show up without our angels and
Check the scene.
check the scene. We know it's a trap.
We're just gonna be 2 blamed faces in a crowd of people.
And a lot of people are coming there too. Yeah, he like broadcasted it on TV. But the crazy thing is when they get to this stadium, he's looking up, and there's a ton of angels up there. So it seems like everybody who was involved with this showed up to this event.
Yeah. And then that's when Saki, being the smart, manipulative woman that she is, was like, you should stop looking up so often, so like you don't do what you did with my angel by reacting to seeing them, so
Yeah,
they know
right,
that you
yeah.
reacted to, like,
Mirai,
just blend, motherfucker,
dumbass.
blend.
Hey, you know that thing that you did literally like 30 days ago?
33
It got you
days
caught?
ago.
I don't know. I don't see any benefit to going in person when you can already know that you can see the angels through cameras and recordings.
Well, you know what?
That's true.
It might be easier
That's
to
Joey's strategy.
What?
I say
not
I'm
go
gonna
to the
say-
obvious trap?
Well, you know
Obvious
what?
trap.
The obvious trap that was fucking well thought out too, because then these 2 other people show up and start doing some flexes.
They show up. They're flying. They have red arrows, so they're at least first class.
First rank or higher.
They show up
do
and
some
then they shoot 'em.
poses, and then they're like, hey, we're gonna shoot you. And then that's when Metropolitan's like, hey, my armor, you can't penetrate it. And then it's like, episode end. You know? And then
Why?
it's like, fuck.
Why do some of them get armor? Like, why do some of them?
I don't
be
know.
part robots?
I think
Well,
we're going
I
to
don't
get.
think. Remember, the Metropolitan, he's from a TV show or whatever. He's like a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just, this guy must have like just
He's
taken that
using
identity.
that as like a just as a way to hide his identity.
Basically,
Using this popular
Yeah,
fictional hero that now is the real hero, you know?
because they know the other two. The other two must be a part of his Power Ranger team too, or whatever. Because they're like, oh, it's Metro Blue and Yellow or whatever. So it's the other Power Rangers.
Go Power Rangers.
I'm not sure exactly
guess
all about the Power Ranger lore in this world.
I don't think it's
God is really just a producer for this company that's losing viewership by the week. So he's like, I'm just going to give my powers over to these people so that way they can make my television show great again.
I want to get right back to being a television superstar as soon as I'm done with this God business.
Get some
We got
life
to,
back
like,
into me.
Be real quick. Be back in like 5 minutes. Gotta go be God.
You gotta go be God. We don't know how long he's been God. Like, does he still have a human lifespan?
That's what I wanted
No.
to ask earlier, but when I forgot what I was gonna bring up. What is the deal with the God? Like, what?
What's
it's
the
just a
deal with
human-
God, eh? What's the deal?
Stop with
Where's-
the God thing.
Where's
dude.
the God thing, eh? He's a fucking guy up there. He's fucking used to be human. Now he's not. Does he live? Does he die? Is he old? Is he young? Who knows?
Was he also suicidal, or was this his new thing?
Was he the first
Yeah.
one? All the
Human
questions.
fry. Well, damn, I'm excited, boys. We got a fucking good little show going.
Yep, I'm super stoked about it. Honestly, I'm ready to watch more. I'm intrigued as to where it goes because something about the whole concept of it makes it, and the way I guess that Death Note panned out to being this huge epic thing. I hope that something similar is going to be happening here.
Yeah.
Up top, though, as far as predictions, my one prediction I want to say is I'm pretty sure Saki's gonna bite the bullet eventually.
Oh yeah, she's gone.
She's gonna die. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
All right. My
I agree.
prediction.
Because I think that there's like a Highlander thing going on where there can only be one, and anyone who doesn't get chosen dies because they're not going to just keep their wings and stuff forever. So even if like she doesn't get murked at the end of when they choose whoever's going to be God, everyone else just kind of gets popped.
I see. First watch through, my prediction was that she was gonna die. Main character is gonna lose it. Type and shit.
Yeah.
Second watch through, changing that a little bit. Dude, I think she's gonna end up fucking killing the main character because I'm not convinced that she's entirely for our dude because she didn't tell him why she was feeling down. She's like, that's a personal thing, like why I'm feeling down, and it's like clearly because she's gonna become God, and in order to do that, she's gonna have to kill the dude that she's been in love with too.
Well, yeah, I'm not so sure.
We don't know that.
She doesn't say anything like that, but she's cool with them.
Yeah, we don't know that she's in love. All we know is that he likes her.
Yeah, she didn't say anything. I'm not so sure about her being a bad guy in any way.
I don't know. Sure. I've been wrong before. You've heard it before.
I could see why he makes that prediction. It's hard to trust anybody in anime.
That's true.
Especially when it comes to Death Note, because there was some fucking curveballs watching that. So what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
what's
right. How is this gonna get insane? And we already see that kind of calculating character into play just when he's thinking oh, okay, no, I need to hide my angel now, or how he can, or hey, I'm gonna use my red arrow to make this guy turn himself in or whatever. How he will think outside the box to solve the problem. I'm hoping that we get to see that in action a bit more, and it looks like things are kind of, these first 3 episodes were caught up on, we have a base, the characters were introduced, the concept was introduced, and now we're shooting arrows at each other in a giant baseball stadium. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited for what's gonna come next.
Good shit, boys. Good shit.
Well, that's it. That's our catch-up episode for Platinum End. We watched these 3 before, but we still were able to talk this long about them. Obviously, we're invested in the show.
Still have arguments over things we fucking previously had arguments on that we found out during the show, and then we still had fucking arguments.
I'm sorry, you know what? Was the PowerPoint presentation not enough to answer your questions?
I think I got it.
Brooks out here not watching.
I am. I'm here. I'm all about it. I'm remembering. I'm using my limited brain capacity to remember characters' names as much as possible.
I'm just
That's
giving up on
perfect
that.
because I'm using mine to try and focus on what the fuck is happening so I can keep us on track.
All right, cool. Well, maybe our combined 3 little morsel brains could come together and do a decent goodbye for our listeners. What do you think?
Yeah, so here's my goodbye for you. Give this video 1,000 likes and we'll drop the original recording. Boom, I said it. It's there. It's in there. You heard it. Click that like button. You want to hear about it because it's pretty good.
I want you to know that the original recording will never be posted.
Prove Joey wrong.
I might need to look through it. And we'll be coming out with the next 3 episodes here. I believe there's been 14 episodes so far from this season. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it's going, what the interest level's like. And I am excited to get to experience this show and with you guys. So I want to say goodbye. And if you need to put wings anywhere, put them on your back.
I don't know. I feel like I need to go get a tattoo of some angel wings on my ass.
I'm getting a tramp stamp now. Let's go.